Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
Here we go. Waiting. Check flag 47. So we got man.
On play action, it's Wentz. And his first look is incomplete. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
Now Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that time. Hey, rip 5-2 out here. Don't let him breathe, defense.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A quick throw there out to Jeffrey. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 20.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. on 2nd and 15 now. Wentz, second back at the 36. Fletcher Cox breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the right hash, this from 53. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. In for the score. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake.
It's run, fellas, it's run.
And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Let's go, baby.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wentz.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the 1st, but he only makes it to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. And out now come the Eagles. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. A big play there. A very short field to work with now. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard as the 1st half is winding down. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This will be taken very short. Oh, able to avoid him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offense working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Deep ball for Jeff. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, 40 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go. 280!
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Time to go. Night.
Now Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Aguilar has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? To throw, it's Wentz. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
At the 41-yard line.
And now comes the field goal unit on. And, boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.